Today, we're diving into a monumental shift that's happening, well, right under our noses. It's a complete reimagination of the global economy, and it's all being powered by artificial intelligence. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi future we're talking about. We are right at the beginning of this incredible transformation. You can almost feel it. The old rules are being erased and rewritten by a totally new kind of power. I mean, think about it. For centuries, real wealth, real power, it was built on physical stuff, right? Land, oil, massive factories. But what if that's not the game anymore? What if the new bedrock of the global economy is, well, completely invisible? Well, it is. The most valuable resource today is intelligence, specifically artificial intelligence. And here's the kicker. One nation has built a massive and, frankly, maybe an unbeatable lead in this new world. So, you gotta ask, how did this even happen? This was no accident. America's dominance comes from controlling the entire AI ecosystem, the whole stack, from the tiny silicon chips all the way up to the apps you use every day. Let's break that down, because it's really important. You can think of it as 4 layers, stacked on top of each other. At the very bottom, you've got the hardware, the specialized chips. Then you build on that with massive cloud infrastructure, the data centers. On top of that, you have the brains of the operation, the foundation models. And right at the top are the software services that bring it all into our lives. And the wild part? The US is leading in every single one of these layers. It all starts with the hardware. And honestly, we're mostly talking about one company here, NVIDIA. They supply over 90% of the specialized chips, the GPUs, that are absolutely essential for training powerful AI. That gives the US a serious chokehold on the entire global supply chain. And that hardware advantage, well, it translates directly into raw computational power. So when you look at who actually has the AI compute capacity, the US controls around 75% of it. The next closest is China, with just 15%. That's not a gap, that's a canyon. It's a staggering difference. Yeah, a really good way to picture this is to think of compute capacity as AI factories. And right now, the US just has more of them, and they're way, way better. These factories can pump out more powerful AI models, they can serve billions of users, and they can weave AI into the economy faster than anyone else on the planet. So, here's the really crucial point. What do you do with all these amazing AI factories? Well, you use them to create something called intangible capital. And that's the non-physical stuff that is now the real engine of economic growth. So what is intangible capital? It's basically all the valuable stuff you can't physically hold. It's the patent for a life-saving drug. It's the brilliant software code behind your favorite app. It's the design of a cool new product. It's even a hit song. It's value that comes purely from ideas and creativity. And this is where AI just acts like a massive supercharger. It's a tool that helps us invent even more tools. It helps scientists discover new materials at lightning speed, it lets engineers spit out 1 million design variations in an afternoon, and it empowers artists and musicians to create at a scale we've just never seen before. I mean, just look at the scale of this creative explosion. On Instagram alone, there are over 51 million posts tagged with AI art. This is not some niche little hobby. This is a full-on cultural tidal wave. It's a massive democratization of creativity, all thanks to these new AI tools. And it's not just pretty pictures either. The same thing is happening in music. The AI music market is projected to be worth $38 billion in less than a decade. Why? Because artists are using AI as a co-pilot, a creative partner in their work. But this explosion of creativity, that's really just the beginning. We are now moving into a totally new phase, one where AI stops being just a tool and starts being your next coworker. This is such a fundamental shift. See, instead of you telling an AI what to do step by step, you're just going to give it a goal, and the AI will plan, reason, and carry out complex tasks all on its own. We're talking about autonomous virtual employees. And you can see how this plays out across every industry. Imagine an AI paralegal that can review millions of documents in a couple of hours, or an AI analyst that never sleeps, watching global markets 24/7. How about an AI tutor that builds a unique lesson plan for every single student and adapts it on the fly? This is going to completely reshape every knowledge-based job out there. And this, of course, gives rise to a brand new business model, AI agent as a service. I mean, think about it. Why would a company hire 5,000 human analysts
when they could just subscribe to 5,000 AI analyst agents for a tiny fraction of the cost. Labor itself is becoming a scalable, high-margin software product. It's incredible.
Okay, so what does this all add up to for the global economy? Well, it's leading to something we can call the Great Divergence. We're seeing two parallel economies emerge, and they are heading in completely opposite directions.
On one hand, you've got the world of atoms, physical things, goods. Because of trade tensions and reshoring, that world is actually deglobalizing. Supply chains are getting shorter and more fragile. But on the other hand, you have the world of bits, digital, intangible services. And that world is hyper-globalizing, creating one single borderless marketplace for digital work, all powered by these AI agents.
But here's how these two opposite trends connect. As those physical, local goods get more expensive, it makes less sense to own things. The logic shifts to simply accessing them as a service. Think about it. Fewer people might buy cars in the future, but way more people will use robotaxi services. So the high-cost local atoms actually become the platform for these globally delivered digital bit services. Which brings us to this final, really mind-bending question. If your car is built in Germany, but its self-driving software is being constantly updated from the cloud by an AI agent that was developed in California, where was that value really created? In this new economy, the simple idea of made in is starting to lose its meaning entirely.